Good morning, guys. Captain Dylan Hubbard here at Hubbard's Marina. It is another gorgeous start to the day here inside fish famous Johns Pass at Hubbard's Marina. Hanging out with our Pelican buddies as our 39-hour fishing trip offloads. Captain Brian and the boys just got back and they got one heck of a nice catch back on the back deck. We're gonna walk back and talk to Joe and John and hear from them how the boat did and show you guys what they caught out there on this 39-hour fishing adventure. Let's go ahead and take a peek at that catch. A nice pile of fish here from this 39-hour trip. A little bit slower overall. Definitely had to pick and work hard for these fish, but ended up with a nice catch and put together a good one, but just had to work a little bit harder for it. Got some big vermilions in here, some mangroves, some gag groupers, some big old gags over there, some nice fat red snapper. Looks like a pretty good trip, huh, Joe?
Yeah, it was a great trip. Like you said, we worked for it.
Yeah.
We moved a lot, and we'd pick a few fish here, pick a few fish there, but it added up. It ended up being a great catch. Some really nice quality fish.
Yeah. So it's just a pickier overall bite. How was the weather for you guys?
It was good. It was gloomy. It was breezy a little bit at night. It was breezy the whole trip, but it wasn't rough. It was just kept it cool and made for a nice anchor heading.
Nice. A little overcast.
Yeah.
Just had to work for it a little bit. What was the hot bite?
The gags are still chewing, man.
The gags were chewing?
Yeah. Same story as usual. We lost quite a few. We got a bunch, but still dead bait. We're not using much of the live bait. Some people, we caught some nice scamps on the live baits on the smaller pinfish, but the thread fins and bonita chunks are killing the fish right now.
So thread fins, bonita chunks. Did the octopus or the squid, anything like that work well?
Yeah, some of the guys had whole octopus and they were catching, but I would say the hot bait would be the bonita chunks and just the thread fins.
Nice. All right, man. Thanks, Joe.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Some nice scamp. Some nice red snappers. Nice big old pile of fish. So you heard it. Captain Joe working on the deck this trip with Captain Brian and John Boy and Jim in the galley. They had a great trip. Put together a nice catch of fish. Just had to work for it a little bit. It was definitely a little bit overall a more picky bite through this, what day is it? Sunday trip. So hopefully we can find a little bit more cooperative fish here on today's trip, heading back out this afternoon at 3 o'clock to do it again on another 39-hour fishing adventure. So hopefully we'll find a little bit more of a cooperative bite once we make it out there to that deeper water. We've been seeing the similar trend. The scamp grouper have been biting pretty darn well on those live pinfish. We've been seeing a majority of our red snapper on dead bait like the bonita strips, the thread fins. We've been seeing a majority of the gags on big butterfly dead baits or some of those big baits that we catch while we're out there, like those porgies, or some guys are fishing the 5-hour trip and catching the white grunts, taking them out there and using them for bait too. So great opportunities to get out there and catch plenty of fish. We've got 39-hour trips every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. Man, I can't even think straight this morning. Morning, Captain Brian. Captain Brian ran this trip. You guys did pretty well, huh?
It was a tough bite. These guys worked for every fish we got on here. We've had better trips, but we sure have had worse trips.
Yeah.
We finished up strong. The late morning into the mid-afternoon bite was real squirrely.
Yeah.
You know, and then it picked up. We finished strong.
Nice.
A couple of good sets. The last stop, they just kept coming. Joe's like, oh, Jesus.
So, again, that sounds like a trend this red snapper season where the last spot, the end of the day, the sundown bite has been the best.
It seems like we just keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going, always hoping. You're only ever one stop away from doing real good.
Yeah, so
right?
You just got to keep grinding it out.
We did, man. A lot of stops. A lot of patient people, a lot of, you know, tangles. But, yeah, put together a decent catch.
Good.
Weather was good.
Yep. Didn't break nothing.
Halfway through the season, D.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Brian. Well, you heard it from Captain Brian firsthand. Overall, good trip. Just had to work for it a little bit more than we would have liked. But we got a beautiful morning and another great day ahead. Got some decent weather this week. A little bit up and down as far as kind of smaller center console weather, but these big party boats will be unaffected by the weather this week, thankfully. But it is a little bumpy, little sporty offshore and deeper water, but not terrible. And we're able to make trips happen. So definitely pay attention to the weather. I mean, we have a tropical storm that made landfall yesterday afternoon in South Carolina. I didn't even know about. It basically kind of came up, became a thing, and made landfall in the course of like 3 or 4 days over there in the Atlantic on the east coast of Florida, and literally didn't even notice it on the National Hurricane Center forecast. That's how quickly it popped up and went away. Obviously it wasn't in our area, but still, normally paying attention to the tropical weather, you see things like that a week out, week and a half out. This time of year, things can pop up just so quickly, you just never know. So great opportunity to remind us, you gotta stay paying attention to the weather, checking the weather constantly, and paying attention to what's going on out there in the tropics and overall before your trips. And keep in mind, we guarantee an excellent client experience with superior guest service, but we do not control the weather, guys. Ultimately, you just gotta work with the weather, not against it. Y'all have a great day, tight lines. Hopefully we'll see you soon inside fish famous Johns Pass. There goes Brian, the bait master, going to catch us some more pinfish. He's been working his tail off to get these pinfish going, despite some of the issues that we're having in the area. So there he goes again, off for another day out on the water, getting those pinfish for y'all. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy Tuesday morning.